With Pima County and Catholic Community Services agreeing to shelter asylum seekers at the Juvenile Justice Complex, we wanted a better understanding of how they will move forward in the coming months. We learned more from Jan Lesher, Chief Deputy County Administrator. Help the viewers understand what exactly this will look like, because there's been a lot of criticism about the optics of things.
From day one, we knew that a possibility what was formerly the juvenile detention facility, but understand that the optics were going to be problematic. What we look at, and I think our hope and our belief is that this is really it's really a positive story. A building that was built to accommodate some 350 juveniles in detention no longer is needed for that. It's not just now, but will never be used in that way again. We have less than 30 individuals who are actually incarcerated at the facility. So entire wings can be repurposed. We are doing that right now so that we can accommodate the families that are coming in as the legal asylum seekers. If we ever get to a point where we don't need them anymore, or we don't need the facility for that any longer, it will then be a open emergency shelter for anyone who's coming through the community or is in need of the community. I've been with the county at times where there were power outages and we had some 14,000 homes who were needing a place to go. Remember the days of Aspen Fire when we evacuated and needed shelter. So that's what we're going through right now, and we're looking at 3 wings of what was the facility on Ajo and completely repurposing them. Locks are off doors. Glass that was on doors that allows people to see into the individual rooms has been covered with what looks like stained glass. We've removed monitors. There are 3 outdoor courtyards. 1 will be used for intake, medical evaluation, storage, etc. 1, we're in the process of ordering and putting in playground equipment, children's equipment, rubber on the ground so that no one hurts themselves, and another is going to be a garden. So we think it's going to be a terrific multi-use facility.
Will families be able to leave the property during those 1 to 3 day stays?
Absolutely. It's a completely open facility. They can come and go as they please. We hope that obviously the desire is that the stay be very brief, that they are here. One of the things that Catholic Community Services does, and they're the agency with which the county contracts, it helps find transportation sooner rather than later.
You mentioned purchasing some materials. That's been one of the criticisms, right, is how can the county afford it?
County's not paying for this, I hope, and I think that is such a valid criticism in that, or question. People should always ask their government how we're spending your money. We have applied for 3 different federal grants, some of which are coming to repurpose Operation Stone Garden and use humanitarian aid. There's additional dollars and funding programs that are available strictly for humanitarian aid, and that's what we're looking at. We're also just working with FEMA and different emergency management organizations because of the fact that we plan to continue to use the facility for emergency sheltering. There are things that we can do to accommodate those costs through those grant funding sources as well.
Another question that we heard earlier this week from the public, but also a couple of your supervisors, why does the county need to do this? Why is it the county's responsibility?
If not us, who? I think at some point, and that the reality is the way that the program is working is that CBP and ICE, Customs and Border Protection, or ICE, are releasing these individuals in our community. The vast majority, all but a few, very, very few, stay in Tucson. About 80% are actually headed east of the Mississippi River. They're all going back east. They're going to other communities. They're in our town for about 2 days. So our responsibility is we either realize that these individuals are going to be on the streets of our community, or we can find safe shelter to accommodate these individuals. And we think that there's a public safety, public health concerns for not only the individuals coming through, but for our own residents of the community. And therefore, that's why it's an ultimate benefit and should use tax dollars.